Hello, everyone. We are back from SHOT Show, and that means it is time for one of my favorite things to do during the week, reinstall firing pins. On a lot of these rifles, that means I have to disassemble them in various odd ways, especially on these old ones, and put the firing pin back in, which gives me a good opportunity to check them out and see if everything's working fine, see if anything needs some oil. In case of this old 74 Sharps, it's also just a great little hand exercise. I have a bit of an unusual method of pulling out the plate holding the firing pin in, which I'll show you guys a little bit later. But for now, the first important step, removing the tag from SHOT Show. We treat these tags a little bit like putting hangers in your closet backwards. At the end of the year, you see which hangers you flipped around so you know what clothes you've worn. If this tag is still on the rifle after a long time, it means we haven't shot it and I haven't reinstalled the firing pin. This one's going to get some love a little bit later on, so I need to put the firing pin in and take that tag off. Now, Sharps is pretty easy for the most part. I'm sure it's easier if you use the proper tools to push everything in place, but I'm just going to use my hands the old-fashioned way. For this, we will start off nice and easy. Flip this lever around, pull it out. It's under a fair amount of spring tension. It comes out easy. Drop the block, remove the ejector. This is the action. Nothing too crazy complicated. It's got your wiggly little lever down here. It's got a plate that we're going to have to push to the side, and then the actual part that the hammer hits, which then pushes the firing pin. And for such a big rifle, this has one of the smallest firing pins of any firearm. It is astoundingly small, but you know what? It works, so who am I to complain? Deal with you in a moment. The super secret special method I use to open up this block, because this bar is under a fair amount of tension, is to use a sight pusher for a handgun. I don't remember when exactly I decided to start doing that, but darn it, if it don't work well. Step one is easy. Let's get the block in place and make sure it's pointing in the right direction so that this upper traveling piece can push to the side. In that case, it means I'd have it like this. Push that little fin to the side. I don't know what the proper name for it is. We'll push the plate out of the way, take out the bar, drop in the pin, put the bar back in, and then close it back up. I'm sure that there are more proper tools to do that, but to date I have not found one. This one has been working just fine. Gonna need a little bit more size here. At SHOT Show, some companies give out free stuff, like stickers or patches or what have you. Hogue gives out these amazing rubber mats that, I gotta be honest, I just love. Anytime they're giving them out, I make sure to grab one. So if any of you Hogue guys are watching this, do not stop giving out those rubber mats. They are enormously useful. Okay, not sure if the camera's going to pick this up very well, but I have here the connector pushed down out of the way. It is spring-loaded, and the little tooth there pushing into the side of the crossbar that holds everything. It keeps it from all punching out. Now, apply the wrench, scoot it to the side. Bear with me for a moment because this is a bit slow. Got to make sure that the block does not fall out of there. This tool is not really built for the Sharps block. It does not fit perfectly, but it fits well enough for my purposes. And as you push the bar farther to the side, it does get a lot easier to move. I'm not going to back it out all the way though, because I do not want to lose it. There we are. Now I can take out this bar, and that exposes the hole that the firing pin goes into. And I'm going to need to clean this up a little bit, so bear with me, and I will go do that. Okay, ready to put the firing pin in. Just had to clean out a little bit of debris in there, a little bit of old grease. Should be nice and shiny now, and I won't have to touch it for another year. This is the actual Sharps firing pin. I mean, it is just tiny. Basically a pointy bit on the end of a small round bit. But can't complain with results. That drops right in. Now we put the bar in place. And it is spring-loaded. We'll have to hold it down while we scoot this crossbar just a little bit over. Past this point, it's a little tight for hand tension. So I'll use this tool again, just go in the exact opposite direction, and it'll do exactly what I want it to. I think I've been using this as a tool for this sharps for like the past 4 shows or so. I don't think I actually use this thing on handguns anymore. Just use it on the sharps. Put it in backwards, tighten it up. Need a little bit more room. Sorry, a bit of an alignment issue. This plate is very thin. All things considered, really not that wide. And the tail of this crossing piece, I don't want it dragging and cutting the steel underneath it, so I just like it to kiss the edge, not go past it. That seems to have done it. Now we scoot it back into place. All there is to it. Before I put anything else back in, I'm going to slide this block into the rifle to make sure that I don't have any excess hanging over. Looking at it, it seems just fine. It's always good to double check. Yeah, we're fine. Now is the fun part, a little bit of blind Tetris. This is the ejector. It is held in place by the same crossing bar here that the block is. Well, technically the hole at the bottom of the lever. They both need to fit onto that bar, but the ejector needs to sit in a little groove here on the side of the block, which means I need to feed this in part way, get it into its own little vertical groove, not all the way, so that I can then slide this in and push them both in together so that they go home. Does not always work on the first try, but it always works eventually. I don't think it's going to show up well on camera, though. Oop, just missed it. Hey, there we go. Now is the truly difficult part. Putting it back in, it's going to be under the same tension it was under while I was pulling it out, except now I have to fight all that in order to put the bar in. And usually I can get just a good enough grip to put it in. Nice. Now we slip it back into place, push the button. I really didn't appreciate it at first, but as time went on, I realized a little more about how that crossbar fits in place. The 85 high wall has a similar crossbar under a similar amount of tension, but it's just a straight bar with no like wing sticking off of it. You got to hammer it in place and then tighten the set screw in underneath. So you need to make sure the bar is oriented the right way, or else your set screw is not going to fit in. That keeps it from backing out to the sides. This, instead, is just, there's an extra little cutout that slips in under the edge of the sideband, and it keeps it from backing out. And it can only really go one direction because this wing keeps it from going the other way. It's just a very elegant little setup. Very straightforward to put together. But now the firing pin is in. It is ready to be shot. I am excited because I have a bunch of more cast bullets to fire. Most of them are 405 grain, but I got some 500 grains. We're going to see what happens here. Y'all take it easy. Enjoy whatever it is you're shooting. And I'm going to get back to putting more firing pins and more rifles because we got a fun week planned.